All right, welcome, Cosmic Gatekeepers. It's Ankara coming at you again here, live today with the codes of absolute harmony root activation. And I'm going to give this a couple moments to breathe, allow you to get some water, maybe light up your sage or Palo Santo, a stick of incense. Go ahead, prepare the space as we get ready for this day's activation. Um, I wanted to share a little bit just before we get started about some of the history of the codes of Ah. And so I wanted to talk to you about two of my mentors today, Katerina Satori and Yvonne de la Flor. And both of these women were very instrumental in assisting me in my expansion within my business and my spiritual self. And I just wanted to share this with you because, we are in a mentorship program here in Cosmic Gatekeepers. And, this is some of the principles of mentorship is taking the guidance from those who have already walked through these gates before us. And so I studied with Yvonne de la Flor a few years back and went through a transcendental rebirthing process with her as well as Katerina Satori, and then eventually studied the Codes of Absolute Harmony, which was a modality created by Yvonne de la Flor that incorporates different codes of information, and they contain, many different colors, geometries, mantras, prayers, and information. So we'll be looking at those here really soon, but I just wanted to, introduce Yvonne as my mentor and teacher of the Codes of Absolute Harmony. Little disclaimer: I'm just going to share this one time for this first initial activation, and then I won't be sharing these anymore. But I did want to just say quickly that these codes of I are copyrighted and belong to Yvonne de la Flor. They're not to replace any medical intervention, and they're to be used to increase one's own self-healing and self-mastery powers. These will be shared with you during the session, and they're not to be used um, on any websites or social media outside of this experience. And as well, by undertaking this Codes of Us session, you're authorized to use this code only for yourself, and it's not to be used for any of your personal trainings. So you can always come back to this activation. It will be recorded, but I did want to say that these are not to be shared like with friends or clients or anything like that, unless you actually receive the certification to share the codes of Ah. So yeah, thank you for listening to that little piece there. And I just wanted to talk as well about, what I had mentioned earlier about these codes of Ah being um, encompassed with color, sound, symbols, the golden ratio, mantras, and harmonic frequencies. And why is this important? We had talked about this a little bit earlier in the course, but we, come out of tune or out of balance in particular chakra centers. And so these harmonic frequencies do just that. They bring more harmony and alignment into our lives. So, these codes are very potent and contain lots of information. The intentions of today's session are to clear stagnations and remove blockages at the root center. We're going to activate the energy center of the root with the code of elemental water, and we're also going to create a harmonic resonant field. We're going to ground the energy to the core of the earth in addition. And, so I just wanted to share a little bit about the intention for today's session before we move forward. This that you see on the screen now is called the cosmic triangle. Triangle is a uh, symbol of stability. It's very, very strong. It's one of the strongest, if not the strongest shape in nature. And this cosmic triangle here is just something that you can imagine yourself inside of, being protected and held in by the stars, if you will, and that will, help create more of a safe space for you to relax into the activation and fully receive that. So this image is known as the cosmic triangle. Okay, so now we are looking at the elemental code of water. And I want you to take just a moment to start to receive this image into your visual cortex. And we're going to go ahead and, start tuning in with our breath. So let's just take a few moments. If you need to take a sip of water before we begin, that might be ideal. I'm going to drop in with this golden intonation here so that we have some sound frequencies to also hold us into the space. So take a moment after you've had your drink of water and go ahead and start receiving this code into your visual cortex and start to become aware of your breath. Slow down your breath and start to focus on the inhalation, fully breathing in to your stomach and your chest, and then fully exhaling and releasing your breath completely. And just, become aware of your breath. Breathe at your own pace. This is not a specific breathing technique or practice. This is a code of activation. And so it's just becoming more aware of the breath and tuning in with that as we invite this code of absolute harmony into our visual cortex. And as we receive this code, we can begin to imagine this code being projected into the root center, into the root chakra. Let's take a moment to imagine this code, all the geometry and the light. All the codes contain the information inside of this element of water. Project and invite this code into the root center. Imagining it light up, allowing us to become aware of the root center. And after you've taken a moment to fully receive this code, you may close your eyes if you'd like, or you may keep your eyes open. Focus on the code. I recommend closing your eyes and inviting this imagination of the code into your root chakra. And imagine the light and the colors beginning to softly spin inside of the root chakra. As the code of absolute harmony begins to spin, it begins to slowly wash away any blockages, any imbalances within the root chakra. You can feel the water cleansing and washing over, rinsing away any stagnations, anything holding you back. What is it in your root chakra that needs to become more aware? Which one of your roots needs to receive the the water. Maybe all of your roots need to receive this water. Maybe we haven't even tapped in with our root foundation yet. So I'm inviting you to feel these waters begin to wash away anything impure and out of balance, inviting into the root, cleansing, refreshing, crystalline water activation. As you begin to feel all the little imbalances and impurities slowly washing away and rinsing, you can feel this taproot beginning to grow and extend and activate from the root. As your root chakra begins to receive this nourishing water, this cleansing, you can imagine it also lighting up with these codes and these colors, lighting it up with your prayers and your intentions, inviting your taproot to grow and extend down from the base of your spine into the earth. And as you continue to feed this root with the elemental code of water, you can feel it growing down into the upper crust of the earth, firmly grabbing the soil, drying up nutrients, feeling your root continue to grow and extend down deeper and deeper into the soil, extending further and further. And as you follow your breath, you can also follow this growth of the root, extending all the way down to the very crystalline core of the earth. Imagine this root connecting, tapping into Mother Earth's warm, nurturing frequency. Thanking the earth for all of her sustenance, all of her provisions, for the food that she provides, for our homes, clothing. We thank the earth for your warm and nurturing heart that you share with us, this place that we call Earth, our home. May we live in balance and harmony and deep connection with you as we remember this taproot connecting us to your center, drawing from your light, drawing from your nutrients, continually in gratitude for how you sustain our lives. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can begin to imagine this light and this nurturing frequency drawing up from the core of the earth, coming back up the root system, flowing back through that taproot, all the way back up through the crust and layers of earth, tapping back into our own root center at the base of our spine. Feeling this light activation, awakening, vibrating grounding, nurturing us. Let us remember to carry this energy of this nourishing sustenance, this ground root, this tapping into the earth. Let us carry this with us through our day. Remember that we are fully connected and activated in our root center and in every strand of our DNA. Coming back to your awareness of your body, of who you are, and why you're here. Breathing in this nurturing light activation, breathing out this love, this self-care, and this remembrance that we are deeply connected and grounded to the earth. Take a few moments to come back into your full awareness. Moving your hands, your feet, stretching your back, your neck. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Cosmic Gatekeepers, for being here, activating with me. We're in for a lot more. I'm really excited to be here sharing with you, family. Please take a moment to go over to Experienceify after you've received this activation. Reflect on this experience and add some comments in the Experienceify shared. And I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Cosmic Gatekeepers. I will see you in the next activation. Ashe.